His Excellency indicated and made a very profound statement that the task of rebuilding and recapturing power cannot be left in the hands of few people, and that all hands should be on deck. And that is a clarion call, that all hands must be on deck in order to ensure that we rescue this country. Again, he indicated that NDC is a party that has space for everybody, irrespective of your professional background, your ethnic origin, your religious inclination, your educational background, your professional and everything. So in NDC, we have an umbrella. And the symbol of the umbrella is that we welcome everybody, and everybody is welcome under the umbrella of the NDC. And so, much as we appreciate and cherish the very critical gap that you are filling in the scheme of things of the party, it is always said that we should not forget where we came from. The grassroots members and the ordinary people who have held this party aloft and kept the spirit of the NDC flying must always be given a pride of place, and we work in tandem, hand in hand, pari passu, to move the party forward. I wish I could stay throughout with you, but just now I've been given assignments by His Excellency to travel to Western Region to represent him and the party at the funeral of our Western Regional organizer, a very hard-working young man who has dedicated all his life to the service of the party. And tomorrow he's going home to join his maker. And I have to respond to that assignment with a lot of difficulty, because I needed to join my General Secretary and the Ashanti Regional Executives to mourn our sister, our friend, and our comrade who is also going to be interned tomorrow. I'm talking about the late Anima Wilson, who has worked with us over the years. So before I leave, let me offer a few suggestions. Recently, our legal committee, our legal team of the NDC met in Adan, and I had the privilege of going to address them. And we had more than 150 lawyers who met at Adan. And the number keeps on growing, because recently the Deputy Director for Legal, Baba Jama, told me that the Eastern Region branch has been inaugurated and they have about 15 lawyers. So the number keeps on growing. And Your Excellency, our students at the law school have also established an NDC branch at the law school. And the number is almost over 150 student lawyers. When the second year people finished their exams and they were being posted to do their pupillage, some of them called us, and we did not have any difficulty at all in connecting them with some of the law firms of our legal people. And so you see how beneficial these groups are helping even to absorb student lawyers who are NDC to go and work in some of the prominent law chambers of our senior lawyers in the country. I would therefore want to suggest that you work in partnership with the TAIN, the Tertiary Education Institutional Network, so that those of you who are professionals, we could link you up with some of our students who are operating within your realm of study or your area of expertise, so that you can start mentoring them whilst they are in school. They can come and do their internship and others with you, and by the time they leave school, they will see the full benefit of those kind of engagements. And so we are widening the scope of the professional group to be able to even put your professional expertise at the disposal of our students. Again, we will also want to urge you, again, to work with our youth organizer and the TAIN, so that you can reconnect with your alma mater. Any time that we are organizing TAIN programs, and they see, professionals from those institutions coming to address them in their programs, I think it will be a source of encouragement for them to continue working, because they'll be looking up to you for a very brighter future. Again, we urge you to continue to do your advocacy on policies and programs and spread it to the various regions. So the regional presidents are being charged that we must hear more and more from you, because you see, sometimes the scandals and the challenges this government is bringing are so many that if you want to stay in Accra alone and deal with it, by the time you finish one, multiple ones are coming and you don't even know how to deal with them. So let us spread ourselves and organize programs and raise platforms in the regions, and then have this public discourse that will enable them to disseminate information to all Ghanaians, irrespective of where they live in our country. We will also urge you, those with ICT background, to also link up with the party school to ensure that you infuse your knowledge in ICT and help develop a curriculum whereby those who are interested in ICT studies will identify them in the constituencies across the country and train them and be battle ready for election 2024. Our request for adopt a branch and adopt a constituency is still on course. We know most of you have adopted constituencies, but we urge you to go ahead and adopt more constituency and adopt more branches. Your Excellency, I have discussed with the General Secretary at FEC that for our 30th anniversary celebration, we will be doing a bigger family meeting, homecoming meeting, and we want our former appointees, former, cadres, former office holders and others. This time around, we'll create a day where they'll bring their families for all of us to meet as a family meeting day. Because recently we've been undertaking visits to some of our old folks. And when we visit them, they invite their children. Some of their children are doing very well. And they all want to continue the works that their fathers and mothers have done for the NDC. We will continue to do this so that we'll build generational, succession for our old people to get their children and their children's children to do what they started doing in the NDC. Because the NDC has to grow from strength to strength and grow from generation to generation. And finally, it is our expectation that between now and the end of 2023, the NDC should be able to train over 100,000 battle-ready people who are prepared to go and man all the over 40,000 police stations across the country. Therefore, let us spread the tentacles to our other professional colleagues to come on board. We want everybody to identify his polling station and start working with the polling station. If there is a need for you to transfer your vote to where you want to be a party agent, there is ample time for us to sit with you and work with you so that on the day of election, where you want to defend the party in a polling station, you are already transferred to the place to go and work for the party. We will do this across the country, and we will not wait for 3 weeks, 4 weeks to start training party agents. 1 year to the election, we want to have about 100,000 people trained and ready to be posted to every part of this country to ensure that for this election, no matter what the trick, no matter what the manipulating, we will have to find antidote and meet the MPP boot for boot and ensure that we have so much of a resounding victory that any thought of going to the Supreme Court will not even come in at all. The gap will have to be wide enough such that they will have nothing to do at all than to even concede, even midway before the total count of the election is concluded. I want to thank you for this opportunity, and my prayer is that let us all work in unity. Let's bring everybody on board. Ghanaians are looking up to us. When you go around there, they call you, the pastors are calling, the imams are calling, the busiampanyis are calling, the businessmen are calling. Everybody is calling that NDC You are our hope. Recently, we were in Kwao together with His Excellency, and even the businessmen in Kwao feels that they are better off under NDC than under the MPP government. So I want to thank you for this opportunity and for helping me to steer this function to a successful end. But before I take my seat, I have seen the man who always want to hide himself somewhere. The former Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Debra, as usual, is here, but he is deciding that. But I want to announce that the former Chief of Staff, Honorable Julius Debra, is here with us. So thank you all. And lastly, the collaboration between the Pro Forum and the party school is very critical. And in dealing with your thematic areas, I believe that you will be able to look at that so that we can strike a very cordial relationship and partnership within the Pro Forum, the party school, develop curriculum and develop training manuals and others that will enable us to be ahead of our opponents. We need to accelerate whatever we are doing. We don't have to be overtaken by events. And I want to assure you that the party leadership will work with you at all levels for the realization of our victory for 2024 and beyond. Thank you for your attention, and may the Lord bless us all.
We'll never finish. Please be seated, those who want to eat. I'm so invited, say that you are here for your open chair. The mountain.
Come on.